I was like, what? Why would they send me this message right as I'm about to go live? But anyway, hey y'all, hey cousins, hey Kim folks, what's good? It's your girl, the Real Life Plug, and I'm back with another video or live for the channel. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we did one of these, but as you can tell by the title of the live, I was super inspired today when I watched Queen and Ken's Did We Find Our Dream Home vlog. And there's a scene, there are several scenes or settings where they're talking about how far they came from the orange room and where they are now. And if you don't follow Queen Ken, the orange room is Ken's bedroom at his parents' house, his childhood home. And that's where they started filming. They started their YouTube journey. So I was super inspired by it, and I just decided that it's been a minute, so it's time for me to tell my story or this part of my story or just catch y'all up on what's been going on as I get ready for my family's 3-generation photo shoot today. So I'm super excited about that, and for that, my grandmother is here in Baltimore visiting. Ooh, what is that? Visiting from London for the first time. This is the first time that I've seen my grandmother in 14 years. I haven't seen her since my freshman year of high school, so it's super, 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 super good to have her here, spending time with her, just learning more about my family history, who I am. It's definitely giving me a huge confidence boost, and I'm grateful. I'm super grateful for my life. I literally am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Like, if they could even think about YouTube or electricity or any of those things, the land that my family owns in Dominica, they just got indoor plumbing in like 2009, bro. So, you feel me? When I say I come from nothing, I don't mean that, you know, I grew up knowing what it was to have the lights off or being hungry or anything like that. That all came, I experienced those things when I was grown and I wasn't handling my responsibilities. Oh, right. So this is like a get ready with me, right? So I already washed my face. I just got out the shower, and I like to tone my skin with this hydrating hyaluronic acid. As you saw, I just use a small cotton round, let that air dry very quickly, and then I use the Dove body cream lotion for my face to bring the moisture back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the change in the season, the location, what, but my skin, y'all, is breaking out some type of terrible, and I'm just not with that at all. So I just put my moisturizer all over my face and let that set for a second. You don't want to just start putting product on damp or wet skin. So yeah, so I just decided that now was the time to express my gratitude to my supporters, to my cousins, my kin folks. Um, just it, just tell y'all my story for real. And as I'm expressing or telling my story, I'm also giving thanks to the Lord, because without Him, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things that I've done before my YouTube channel, during my YouTube channel, or outside of my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about that, tell y'all my story, tell y'all how I got here, and hopefully just inspire some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's what it's about for me. Obviously, we want the likes, we want the views, we want the this and the that, but ultimately for me, it's about helping some people. What is this? Like, I'm super concerned. Do y'all see that? Super concerned. My face is burning a little bit. I don't know, y'all. I'm concerned. What is that? It looks like a pimple. You just see, because I definitely did not just have a pimple before I got on this live, so. And it's red, like. And definitely the last thing I want to do is put some makeup on top of it, right? But, anyway, so let's get this story started. I was practicing while I was in the shower what I was going to say and everything like that. But the best way to just do it is to just tell the story. So I would say that my YouTube channel really started taking off, or I really started taking it seriously when I was in Atlanta. And the great thing is, y'all got the videos. It's right there on the channel. After you watch this, go watch that. You feel me? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But anyway, so I was in Atlanta. I had just left Virginia. And that is a whole nother story in itself that I'll tell at some point in life. But anyway, I was in Atlanta living with my best friend. We've been friends since 1999, I think. And so I was living with her. And I was literally just walking around the track, talking about the different things that I had knowledge and experience in, just sharing my life story. You dig what I'm saying? And sharing knowledge with people. I think back then, maybe those videos had like 8 views on them. And if you go look at those videos today, they probably got like 12 views on them. But the important thing, the takeaway from that is that of those 8 views, somebody was watching. 8 views, 14 subscribers. Somebody was watching. And that somebody was my first sponsor. Partnership, brand deal, whatever you want to call it. I got the first one with 14 subscribers and 8 views. Don't ever stop going, bro. It doesn't matter if you get 1 view, no view, 2 views. Be as happy as you were when you first started the channel, and just know that not everything is going to take off the way that you anticipated it to, because your journey is different from somebody else's. Especially if you're not like doing pranks and how-tos and all of the more popular YouTube-y stuff. If you're doing something different, it might take a while for your channel to pop off. And I'm reporting live from the gutter. You feel me? Bro, this is like one of the downsides to living out of a suitcase 90% of the year, is that like you just be having hella stuff in hella bags, bro. It's rather annoying at some point. Next, I'm going in with my Ruby Kisses cream foundation in the color level 12. I'm taking my angle brush and I'm going in with the lighter color first. These are the 2 color options that they have with the level 12. And I always start with my underbrow, and I just go in and I begin to cut and do this motion right here. But anyway, so yeah. So of those 8 views that I was getting, I got my first sponsorship. And from that, the money was coming. I was getting paid consistently. From that, I was also afforded the opportunity by the same sponsor to attend TravCon, or the Travel Nursing Convention that happens every year in Las Vegas. Hold on. Sorry, I got to focus on the brow, y'all. Got to focus on the brow. Okay, so yeah. So the TravCon happens every year in Las Vegas. So I get to Las Vegas. I meet my sponsor. It's the first time we've ever met each other in real life. I just took a plane to Vegas and just was hoping that the person that I had been communicating with was who I was about to meet. We had only talked on the phone like maybe once or twice. Everything else was like via DMs and emails and text. So I get to Vegas. I check into my room. The room is immaculate. I have a ball. I have a grand old time. I'm enjoying myself. I do what I got sent there to do. I fulfill the assignment. The day before we get ready to leave, or the day before TravCon is over, my sponsor and his business partner at the time asked me to be the social media director for their company. They're starting a healthcare staffing agency, and they want me to be in charge of social media and directing the entire department of social media, everything related to it, which in travel nursing, social media takes up a large portion of it. So I was super excited about that. Got my, got paid, all that, returned back home to Atlanta. And at the time, before I had left to go to TravCon, I had just gotten fired from my job as a direct support professional. I was hit by one of the individuals, and no one came to help me. There was no de-escalation process. There was no nonviolent intervention. There was none of that. The next day I go to work, I get attacked by one of my individuals with a pair of scissors. There are two other DSPs in the room who also have further training and have been with the company way longer than I've been with them, and they did nothing. They did nothing to help, stop, prevent, or recover. No intervention, no nothing was done. So at this point, I'm getting pretty fed up with the company that I'm working for, and I'm just like, you know what? We out. A couple days later, that's when I got the email and the sponsorship and everything like that. I was like, where's my beauty blender? So yeah, I get the sponsorship. I go to Vegas. I get promoted. It's a great time. It's amazing. Also, while I'm in Vegas, I get a call from a job that I had applied to be a post-op recovery assistant for a post-op recovery agency. I started working for the agency. I almost immediately started flying out from Atlanta to Miami multiple times a week. Like, I literally lived in Miami at this point. So I start providing post-op recovery care through the agency or with that agency or with that company. Also, during that time, because I hadn't been working, my friend hadn't been working, rent wasn't getting paid. Our saving grace at the time was that the pandemic eviction protection program was still working, still very much in effect in Georgia. Well, by the time I came back from TravCon in September, went back and forth from Miami a couple of times, and please believe y'all, I was not making because I was working for somebody else, the profit that I usually receive, which is 100%, is not what I was receiving working for somebody else. I think I was making like $15 an hour flying back and forth from Miami multiple times a week, a month, 4 months at a time. So, there was a situation that transpired. There was a situation that transpired with the owner and I, and our relationship dissolved. So at this point, I'm now unemployed and technically don't have anywhere to live. My best friend had somewhere to go because she had more friends and connections in Georgia than I did, and those connections just did not allow or allot for her to have a +1 with her where she was. And that's cool. I got that. By the grace of God, I was able to stay with a coworker, and I still had my car. So I was in between sleeping on my coworker's couch and living out my car. So after maybe 2 weeks of my pity party and feeling sorry for myself, I was like, bro, wait a minute. You know how to make money. So I called up my travel agency that I used to work for, or that I was working for before, whatever. Anyway, they still had me on file. I got signed up for a contract. They were like, yeah, $1,000 a week. Now, because I hadn't been a part of the travel nursing industry as far as taking contracts, and I definitely was not utilizing social media for travel nursing like that back then, I wasn't aware that the travel nursing rates had dropped as drastically as they did. So I call up my sponsor because he's also a travel nursing professional, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, bro, they saying $14, $15 an hour, and they want me to come to Virginia from Atlanta. How can I negotiate for a better price? Oh, sorry, y'all. Now I'm going in with my Nubian palette 2 in the color Madagascar to kind of I don't know what this color is called, a transition color. There we go. To give it a transition color. So anyway, and I kind of just cover the whole bottom lid and part of the brow highlight that area. Anyway, So he's like, forget that contract. How much are they offering to pay you a week? I tell him $1,000. He's like, I'll match it. Come to New Mexico. How quickly can you get to New Mexico? Bro, I'm ready to get to New Mexico like yesterday. Like, what's good? So a couple of days later, I end up leaving Atlanta and moving to New Mexico to start or continue building the healthcare staffing agency. The partner in the agency did not really understand the purpose behind social media and how it would play a role in the company and recruiting and the entire process. In addition to the fact that New Mexico just was not a good place for me to be. So we left New Mexico and we moved to San Francisco. There's also a vlog about that on my channel. The great thing that I'm telling y'all could go ahead and see all these videos on my channel up until January 2023. So that's why I'm trying to catch y'all up right now. After the live, go watch the vlogs. So we end up moving to San Francisco. We get there, we're doing very much something. I just don't know that it was staffing agency related. And at this point, the $1,000 that I was promised to make a week did not exist. I was not making $1,000. I was making like $700 a week, and there were some weeks where my sponsor didn't have the money to pay me and the agency didn't have the money to pay me, so I just didn't get paid. So now I was doing free work. It wasn't an all the time thing, it just was something that occurred every now and then, which in a startup business, when you're starting up a business, I completely understand that. Cool, great. And we're living in this guy's house for free. Like no rent, no utilities, no nothing, just make content, make the business work. Cool. So it was kind of like a good trade-off. Somewhere in the midst of that, I think we were there for like maybe a month or two when I got a call from my mom that she was going to London to visit our family in London. I'm like, okay, cool. Are you coming back? No straight answer. Okay, cool. Then I also find out that my grand godfather is dying from stage 4 cancer. So I immediately leave San Francisco, obviously, and come to Baltimore. I'm lying. I didn't know that my grandfather was dying until I got here. So I get here under the pretense that, I'm just coming to kick it with my mom before she goes see our family. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And a little bit, I'm going to be going back to... In a little bit, I'm going to be going back to San Francisco. Cool. I'm going to be going back to California. That's where I live. Well, money was even funnier, even shorter. So I was not able to return to California at that time. So now I'm stuck in Baltimore. So now I have to get a job. I have to work. I have to provide for myself. The last time I left Baltimore was exactly what that it was supposed to be. The last time I wasn't supposed to be back here, but for whatever reason, I'm here. So I have to provide for myself while I'm here. So I get a job. I start working at a facility, and I'm like, bro, after I stop feeling sorry for myself and I clock back in with me, I check back in with me, I'm like, bro, why are we here? Like, what are we doing here? So then I started talking back to my ex as well. So now my ex is like, yeah, I'm ready for us to get a place together. I want to give you a home for when you're not on the road. You can come here in between contracts, in between clients. Like, this is going to be your home. I'm going to build a home for you. Okay. Because I had become very much acclimated to having a home provided for me. Like, that's what I had been doing. So, get down there. It was not giving that at all. It wasn't giving that at all. And at the time, I knew that my ex was still living in a motel. At the most, I thought we was just going to be there for like a week or two. Like, you know, I end up getting a travel contract, and that's when I go down there, because obviously I got to be able to take care of myself a little bit. So things just did not go as planned. And in the midst of us figuring out our plan, my ex's grandmother passes away. And I had never been through loss with my ex, the loss of a family member, especially not someone as important as a grandmother. So my ex disappeared on me. He left me in a motel by myself for 3 days. Around day 2 or 3 is when I was like, okay, I'm done feeling sorry for myself. We gotta figure something out. He finally texted me back. He's like, I don't want you to be here if you don't want to be here. I'm like, okay, cool, bro, because I had an interview for a part-time job today, and you know I wasn't really feeling this contract like that. And yeah, I'm only in Virginia because of you. I'm only here for you. So if we're not going to be together and we're not going to work out, I'm definitely leaving. And so in my mind, I began formulating like, okay, how can I get out of here? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Do I go back to Atlanta? Is California even an option? California ends up calling me. They're like, hey, are you ready to come back? You know, we're ready to do this and the third with the agency. Are you ready to come back? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm ready to come back. So the next day, what would have been day 4 of heartbreak and sadness, I get my ass on a plane and I go back to California. Get to California, life is good, life is great. We got CNA Travelers Convention going on, we got TravCon going on. It's amazing. I start my first season of my Travel Talk podcast interviewing travel nursing recruiters and everything like that. Life is great. Then I start getting booked for post-op recovery clients. I'm going back to Miami, servicing people. And then round about December is when I was starting to get called to educate people on content creation, teaching businesses how to create content that would convert into sales for them, profits, and return clients, and all this great stuff. So that's what the Real Life Plug Genius Tour was about. Me educating people and me providing post-op recovery services to people. Loved it. Had a great time, okay? And as some of you know, I paused my tour so I could go see Kaylin perform. So I could go see Kaylin perform at the Right Place, Right Time tour. If you haven't seen it, that vlog is on my channel as well. After you watch this, go check that out. I finally got to meet my favorite artist. He already knew who I was when I walked up to him. I had gifts for him. It was mad love. Like, when I tell y'all, I absolutely LOVE love me some Kaylin for real, for real. I love me some Kaylin for real, for real. I stopped my tour. There's a whole nother like story behind that, but just go watch the vlog and you gon'. So December 14th, I'm back in San Francisco. I'm there until a little bit after Christmas, and I resume my tour. I'm back in Miami, then I'm back in Atlanta, and then I think that wrapped up the last leg of my tour. I'm back in California. Now, I did some Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale shopping, and my account ended up getting hacked. And that hack ended up costing me $7,000. That I would have had I not just paid for and funded my entire tour on my own. So all of January, all of February, and half of March, I'm like working really hard trying to come up with other streams of income that don't necessarily require me to leave San Francisco, because that became a problem to my sponsor, who we'll now call California. So California had a problem with me leaving the house and leaving San Francisco because California felt like I wasn't maintaining my end of the bargain as far as creating content. So I had to start shifting. I had to pivot. I had to figure out how else I could fulfill my contractual obligations while doing the things that I loved and was exploring and all of those great and wonderful things. So that's when me and my girlies came up with Baddie Camp. California caught wind of Baddie Camp, and he just was like, bro, if you're going to do Baddie Camp, you can't work for me anymore. Okay, well, I'm only in California, the state, for your company that technically does not exist anymore. And I'm only living in your house to run your company that does not exist anymore. So I'm out. So I left California. I didn't have any friends there. I didn't have any support there. There was nobody I could call and be like, oh, bro, can I come crash on your couch? Not to mention, I had been living in this man's house for almost a year, relatively rent-free. I just had one utility that I was responsible for paying. Everything else I needed to do was on me, and 9 times out of 10, he was also taking care of those things as well. So outside of my hygiene and my upkeep and my phone bill, everything else was being taken care of for me. Well, if I'm not working for you, I'm not going to live here, because these things are no longer being provided for me. With the money I was making with him, I literally would have had to give half of it back to cover my rent. And he took my computer, the camera, all the lights. He took everything that was associated with his company, he took from me. So I no longer had any tools. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a support system. What else was I going to do? I left. Because you ain't finna play with me like that. I'm finna leave. Like, there were some other things that were going on, but I just want to keep it real cute, real professional. You feel what I'm saying? So the business relationship dissolved, and I ended up leaving California. I went to New Jersey, and while I was in New Jersey, I was learning a lot about myself. Not necessarily in the most comfortable of ways, but I was learning some things about myself that I really needed to improve upon. So a time was had in New Jersey, a time was had in New Jersey, and that's just what we're gonna put on it. So during my time there, I was commuting back and forth from New Jersey to Pennsylvania and New Jersey to Baltimore to work as a CNA because of that whole little like commute tri-city state area situation thing that they got going on. I need to pause because I'm having a moment trying to remember what I need to do next. I think I need to put on some mascara and some concealer. So I was traveling back and forth from New Jersey to Baltimore to go to work. You feel me? Doing that whole commute thing. And the reason I didn't just apply for reciprocity in New Jersey was actually that I did. And in order to gain reciprocity in New Jersey, I either had to get a letter from every nursing home that I had worked at through agency stating that I had worked there. And I think it was like maybe the past 3 or 5 agencies or facilities that I worked at. I needed a letter from them stating that I actually worked there in order for me to gain reciprocity in New Jersey. Or just retake the entire CNA class. And no, get somebody else. Am I back? Okay, I'm back. Yeah, ooh, I just broke her thing. I wish I had a time machine. No, for real, because how did I just break that? Anyway, all right, y'all. So y'all just gonna have to sit right here now. Sorry. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So I just was not retaking the entire CNA class. I've been a CNA for 10 years. I'm not retaking this whole class. In addition to the fact that I probably would have had to pay for it, and I didn't pay for my first CNA license, or certification. So why would I pay to take the class just to work in New Jersey? And y'all not even really paying nothing for real. Like, they paying like 2021 for the same 2021 that I can go to Baltimore or Pennsylvania and get as well, working through agency. So that's what I did. And on one of my trips to Baltimore, my mom calls me and she tells me she has breast cancer. So everything is a wrap. It's a wrap after that. I'm going home to take care of my mama. We had to move her from her apartment to her old apartment to her new apartment where we are right now. And for those of you who don't know or just now catching it live, I'm a third generation. Well, can I say third generation immigrant? Because I was born here, but my mother and my grandmother were not, and I was raised by my mother. And so we don't have any biological family here in America. We have lots of greatly appreciated adopted family, and that's who showed up for us during my mom's, initial stages of recovery and things like that. So I look good. I need to fix this hair. That's what's going to determine all of it. So yeah, so my mom had breast cancer, came home, did the Mulan thing, restored honor to my family, all that great and wonderful stuff. And so now, like, how does this even work? So that's what I've been doing. I've been home, taking care of my mom. My grandmother came to visit us for the first time ever. My biological grandmother has never been to America to visit us. And so I guess with my mom's cancer diagnosis, this was that time. Also, my grandmother is about to be 80. So I think it was just time that, sorry y'all, I'm trying to fix this thing. I guess it was just beyond time for us to start having, there we go, some of these much needed conversations, healing conversations, and just spend time with each other. I can live in another state without my mom, but I could not imagine living in a whole nother country without my mother. That is, about to be my reality because my mom is moving to London 2025. So I guess I got to start getting used to it. What is next? Concealer. Okay. So I was learning a lot about myself in New Jersey, commuting back and forth. My mom had breast cancer, and that's pretty much where we are. That's pretty much current date as of right now. California is over. I'm pretty sure that I do not have a desire to continue my nursing career. Um, I don't have the same passion that I once did. And California told me that I should never ever say that on the internet or never ever say that to y'all because then y'all wouldn't rock with my content. But honestly, I just believe that whoever my content is for is who is going to find. Like, I don't want to be super nichey or just be the travel CNA content creator. Like, I'm the real life plug, baby. I do a lot. I know a lot about a lot. I know a little bit about a lot, you know what I'm saying? And whatever I don't know, I'm willing to go out here and find the answers to. So, and I've been honest with y'all. I've been transparent with y'all. So why would I switch up the game just because somebody is paying me to say something else now? You know what I'm saying? Or not even say something else, or just focus on one thing. And that's just not me. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Because if I was just a travel CNA content creator, to be honest, this journey, these cousin walks would have ended a long, long time ago. So as long as I have breath in my body, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna talk about what's gonna help some people, what's gonna heal some people's lives. Yes, being a travel CNA can enhance your life and give you plenty of opportunities and all these great and wonderful things. And I just put my concealer on backwards, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. But that's not all God gave me the gift, the ability to do. So how does this tie into Queen Ken's orange room? He was saying when he had, I really don't want to get emotional. Come on, emotions, come on. We putting on concealer now. You should have did that when I was doing in the shower. How does that tie into Queen Ken's orange room? What it is that I'm saying is that if I would have never picked up this camera, bro, if I never would have used this camera for anything besides texting, calling, and scrolling, ain't no telling where I would be, bro. My history, my people's story, I come from nothing, bro. My grandmother, my family in Dominica, in the island that we're from, they just got indoor plumbing in 2009, yo. Imagine just getting indoor plumbing in 2009, B. They just got a washing machine in 2012. I come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? My history, my DNA dictates that I should have just been a self-sufficient farmer or something like that. Self-sufficient, living off the land. I'm literally my ancestors' wildest dreams. The ability that I have to articulate myself to just pick up and go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go. Like, I'm blessed, bro. And I'm saying that just now. Ken literally just said that in the on his vlog. You know what I'm saying? He like, I could put this camera down right now and book a trip and go anywhere. I could end this live right now. Call a recruiter. Do some reciprocity. And be anywhere, bro. That's a blessing. My grandmother left her homeland at 15 years old. 2 generations later, not even 2, my mom has done amazing things. I can't even speak about me and not speak on my mom. We are literally our ancestors' wildest dreams, bro. Our history says we should have been dirt poor and just living off the earth, be living off the land, and that's it. These dreams, these goals, these aspirations, these gifts that we have, we shouldn't even be utilizing them, bro. But God saw fit that we were willing and submissive vessels to use us to spread his word and his gospel and his truth through our crafts. Why would I not do that? Why would I let not having a sponsor stop me from doing what I've been doing? The money was cool. And you could go back and look at them vlogs that I was talking about when I was walking around the track in Atlanta with my hair out, looking all types of crazy. Them videos probably got 12 views now. When they had 8 views, there was somebody watching. There's still somebody watching to see what I'm going to do next. They're seeing how I'm going to bounce back from this. They watching and waiting to see that notification that Real Life Plug has posted. They waiting to have something new to binge watch. You feel what I'm saying? When I started my YouTube channel, my goal is and was to build my own network, my own streaming network, television network, whatever you want to call it. That's why a lot of my thumbnails look the same, because those are shows. Those are series that all go with the same one. I'm not on here doing pranks and stuff like that. Do I? Will I? Maybe. But I didn't build my foundation the same way that everybody else built their foundation, or one particular part of the community built their foundation. I built mine a different way. So it's going to take a little bit of time for mine to pop off, and for the right people who can make some life-changing moves to catch on to me. And I'm good with that. Baby, I'm good with that. You got to learn how to be real with yourself. Understand where you are, what your reality is, and where you want to be. You feel me? I'm good with it. We got one viewer on here right now. I'm good with that. I'm helping somebody today. Even if I didn't have one viewer on here, I would still be telling this story, because I was inspired by people who were younger than me to share my story. I be so focused and concerned on not hurting somebody's feelings, or not causing offense, and not being rude, and not being seen as the girl that's always complaining. Baby, I'm telling my story. This is my story. This is my song. And I'm just trying to help somebody, because when I was going through it, I was looking for somebody to speak to me to where I was at. I was reaching out, and the people that were in my circle, in my sphere of influence, they couldn't relate the way I had going on. They couldn't relate. Oh, I got too many clients. Too many people need me. They think I'm bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm asking for help. I'm trying to reach out to my friends and my skill that have skill sets similar to mine, likened unto mine, or even better than mine. I'm trying to put my friends on with what I got going on. They're not answering the phone. I'm getting sent screenshots from different group chats about people talking about me, about how crazy I look trying to do the newest dance challenge on TikTok, how stiff I look, how robotic I look, how fat I done got, how my hair look, how my makeup don't look right. But what y'all doing? Y'all scrolling on these $1,500 phones, not making no return on your investment. You didn't even buy the phone to be an investment into your life. You bought it because it's a trend, because you've been had it and you don't know how to operate without it. I bought the iPhone because I knew I was going to start my YouTube channel. I knew when I was sleeping on an air mattress in Lynchburg, Virginia, in the middle of winter, with 3 pairs of pajama pants on, 2 hoodies, and about 3-4 blankets wrapped around my neck, and the heater directly blowing on my head, I knew then that I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I just started the story in Atlanta. That was about 10 years ago, bro. 10 years ago. 10, 9, 8 years ago, when I bought my phone. I knew I was buying an iPhone because that's what I needed to have a YouTube channel. Or so I thought that's what I needed to have a successful YouTube channel. I was good with my Android. I didn't care about the green bubbles. I didn't care. Now that I'm into the thick of it, dope. Now that I'm into the thick of it, I know that this is, baby, I done faked it so much that I stopped realizing when I actually made it. That's the dangerous thing about faking it till you make it, is that it will leave you feeling unsatisfied when you're actually in your I made it moment. Because you're so busy faking it, thinking that it's supposed to look one way, it's supposed to sound, come across one way, when that's not how it was given to you. I thought that I needed big studio lights, all this other stuff to start a YouTube channel. Nope, all I needed to do was get my fat ass up and go outside and walk around the track, get some exercise that I needed anyway, and hold the camera up and start talking. And baby, in those moments, I never felt more alive. Go watch the videos, y'all. From the beginning of my YouTube channel to current, I prophesied all of that. If you want to say manifested, I manifested all. It's on my channel. Y'all will see it. Down to the very first time I ever saw Kaylin perform. If I'm not mistaken, I saw him perform on August the 5th. On August the 4th, I was having a bad day. I just was like, bro, I want to see Kaylin in person. The thought passed my mind. It was a school night. Because I was a direct support professional. Go back to the live, watch the beginning parts of the live. I explained all that. The very next day, the same night, I'm lying. The same night, I said, bro, I want to see Kaylin perform. And it was just a thought. It was just a thought in my head. My best friend called me like, Kaylin in Atlanta tonight. Kaylin in Atlanta tonight. He opened it for ESTG. Her boyfriend like, you just gonna keep repeating everything she's saying, or you gonna go get dressed? It wasn't until I was on my way down the steps, dressed, beat, all that. I was like, dang, I wonder how much it costs to get in here. And I had the money anyway. That wasn't my first thought. That poverty, lack mindset, it wasn't there. I was like, I'm about to go see my mans. Mans. I put a Z and a S on it because, you feel me, mans. I don't really know, bro, like that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a huge, avid, very admiring supporter of his. I don't know him personally. I just had a few public interactions, and that's it. Because the stuff that people was messaging me, I was like, maybe I need to chill, because they think I really know this man, and I don't. I'm just supporting him, and he's a very attractive man to me, and maybe I should just chill with how much I support him, because I don't need people. If they messaging me saying that, what are they sending him? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I need some more powder. This is probably the last beat that I'm gonna be able to do with this. Anyway, what was I saying? The same night I saw that man perform. You know what I'm saying? And there's footage of that. I don't think that I would have been able to do any of the things that I have done had I never, in the past 2 years, had I never picked up this camera. Had I never picked up my phone and started walking and talking. And I'm a prophet. I know that. I have the gift of prophecy. I don't know how, that is a gift that I have. The Lord uses me through prophecy. I don't know how you need to put it, how you need to word it, but that is one of my gifts that I have. I've been prophesying my whole life since I was 15. Since I was 8 years old, preaching on porches. Do you hear me? Had my little brother's Fisher Price. This is literally the last beat. I hope my mama don't need none, because it ain't none, sis. We gotta stop at the stove if you need it. I had this for a year. I bought this in New Mexico, y'all. So I've had this for over a year. How often are you supposed to change it? It don't even got the little thing on it. Makeup is supposed to have the little Jimmy Mac on the back to tell you how long to keep it, but that's probably what my face working out. But anyway. I mean, it's set. It's looking like skin, baby. It's giving skin. Anyway, what was I saying? I prophesied it all. And I'm doing it. This season right here, it feels very uncomfortable, very unfamiliar, but I know it's a setup ultimately for my success. You know what I'm saying? And how does this go back to the Queen Ken orange room? Because even when Ken didn't have nothing but a TV, a TV, a desk, and his bed, and some shoes and some clothes, he knew he was going to make something of himself doing what he loved. Whole time until today, I thought one of them had a degree. I thought Kim was the one with the degree, because I had heard them saying, mentioning college before, very briefly, very vaguely. So I thought like, oh, okay, Kim works and, he do the grown man thing. Until I listened to his testimony today, and I just was blown away. Like, he took the class. They told him, basically, they didn't feel like a man told him that they didn't feel like they were ready for him to elevate to the next portion of the class, or the next portion of the curriculum. So he was going to have to start all the way over. Ken said, oh, hell no, get somebody else. You better get somebody else. I'm not doing this all the way over again. I know that I'm ready. Y'all don't think I'm ready, so I'm going to do something else. And in the midst of his do something else, we now know Queen Ken as Queen Ken Vlogs. And the midst of all that I had going on with my transition from Virginia to Atlanta, I was doing something else. I knew that I did not go through, experience all that I did just to continue to be quote unquote regular, just to quote unquote maintain. No. I did not leave my family. I did not leave everything, everybody, my city that I know, love, and am comfortable with to get to Atlanta and turn around and do the exact same things and expect Atlanta to be any different than anywhere else I had ever lived. It wasn't going to happen. I had to intentionally do something different. I had to. Then it got to a point where I had to surround myself with people who at the time I thought had the same goals as me. I couldn't say that I wanted to be a millionaire, but I'm still hanging out with people that's content working 9 to 5s. Not to say you can't become a millionaire working a 9 to 5. It might just look a little bit different for you. That's your journey. That's your path. I'm not trying to become a millionaire working a 9 to 5. I'm not becoming a millionaire wiping ass. I'm not becoming a millionaire doing the same things that I've been doing, that I've seen people do, and it leads them all to the same exact results. That's not what I'm here for. I didn't go through all these transitions and journeys to continue to be the same person. Oh, the money's starting to change you. You got a couple followers now. You think you hot shit. You think you this. You think you that. You living in California. You think da 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 da. Did you ask me what I think about my current situation? Did you ask me? When I was walking around my neighborhood getting attacked by ducks, the ducks was following me. It's literally on my channel. Y'all can go see the vlog. Go see it. The ducks was following me, yo. You wasn't with me when I was recording YouTube videos on my Snapchat because my phone was too full, because I had an iPhone 7 when the iPhone 10 came out, or the iPhone 11 came out. I was still rocking with an iPhone 7. I had an iPhone 7 for years, and then one day I woke up and I bought the 12. 6 months later, the 12 was full. I couldn't back it up no more. Then I got the 13. You wasn't with me when I had track phones and I was operating off of minutes, or when everybody else had sidekicks and slide up phones and touchscreen phones. I still had a Motorola Razr. You wasn't with me then. You didn't know me then. And that version of me don't exist no more. So yeah, I would feel a little type of way even if you were with me at that point in time in life. Oh, let me go grab my lashes real quick, y'all. Hold on. I would feel the type of way too if the girl who never had trendy clothes, who wasn't wearing the flyest kicks, who came to school with a coat down to her ankles, who wore her natural hair more than she wore tracks because she wasn't really allowed to wear tracks. The girl who always said she was going to do all this stuff, I would feel the type of way too. She said she was going to do all these things, and I didn't believe her. And now I actually see her out here accomplishing these things. And instead of encouraging her and motivating her and supporting content, we're going to talk about her. We're going to put her, we're going to start a whole group chat just to talk about her. We're going to start a whole group chat just to talk about her. Or maybe the group chat was already in existence and they just decided to use the group chat at those points in time to discuss me. Thanks. Did you know that every time you copy the link to one of my videos and you send it to the group chat, I get paid more? Thanks. And then everybody in the group chat watches the video, which sends my views up, which sends my paycheck up. Thanks. Because the algorithm already knows how hard it is to get somebody to like a video. So even if you just share it, that actually boosts it up more in the algorithm than you just swiping away when you see it. So thanks. You feel me? I can laugh about it now. This is a hard season for me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm about to be 30. And that was the other thing that kind of like inspired me about the Orange Room, is that I think they said they were 19 when they left home or something like that, and they left for 3 months, or I don't know what it was. They left and they were supposed to come back 3 months later, and they didn't end up coming back because things just took off for them. Things got different for them. That's my life, bro. Only I don't have an Orange Room to show y'all. I can't go back to my childhood home because my mother sold it. But what I can do is continue to motivate you with my story. I don't want nothing from y'all. Not one time have I said make sure you like, comment, subscribe, or follow during this live. Because this is really for me. This is probably going to go in my time capsule so I can open it 5 years from now. I got videos to open 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Prayerfully, hopefully, YouTube is still around during that, 10, 15, 20 years from now. But I'm blessed that I can even come back to my hometown to take care of my mom. And when you hear Baltimore hometown, you're like, what? Hometown? That don't sound like no hometown type of place. As a city. My home city. Whatever you want to call it. Just coming back here and being able to ride around my old neighborhoods, and even like yesterday, seeing people that have known me since I was 8 years old, and now I'm 29. Hey y'all, what's going on? They in shock and whatnot. That's a blessing. That's overflow. That's abundance. The fact that my grandmother is here, despite it being 14 years since I seen her, that's overflow. That's abundance. Being able to come home and take care of my mom, that's overflow. That's abundance. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do it the new way, but hold on, y'all. I remember when my homie made fun of me because I only had 14 subscribers. Somebody updated me on him the other day. My boy got a whole nother kid out here, whole nother family out here. The shit that he had moved to accomplish, he threw that all away by moving there and going after the same thing he had here in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? He got to a new place, bringing the same mentality into the new place, and you cannot do that, bro. How do you expect to be successful bringing old methodologies into a new place? It does not work like that, bro. So once I started shifting my mindset, the people around me began to shift. And sometimes I was by myself. A lot of the time, I'm by myself. Because where I currently am, it ain't nobody on that type time or on that mindset. Or maybe I'm not ready to be around those people. Maybe I don't have enough of what it takes to be around them yet. But I do know one thing. I ain't going backwards. And if my mom watches this, she'll be like, her and this Ebonics. Sorry, Ma. I hope that, one day, maybe if people care enough to connect the dots, and they be like, oh, okay, now we see why she was going so hard about growing her channel. She was on a contract. She was on a mission. Before I left New Jersey to come back to Baltimore officially, I was offered a television deal, a TV deal, by a pretty prominent network. And once I found out that my mom was battling cancer, It was a wrap. That's not gonna happen. Sorry, y'all. We had already shot the pilot episode. Well, we had already sent in our tapes for the pilot episode. I was already on the show, and you know, I had already signed my deals and all that. That's why when I was in, now I didn't sign all the deals, but I signed the preliminary rounds of deals. That's why when I was in New Jersey, I knew the money was coming. And I just gotta have that same mentality now. I know it's coming. It's gotta come. It ain't got no other choice but to come. Because I put in the work to dictate that I should be a recipient of those things. But when you just sitting around, oh my brush, season after season, not doing nothing, not putting in no work, how you expect to get anything, bro? Oh, how you expect to grow? How you expect to elevate? How do you expect to call in a harvest? Something similar, my mindset was similar when I was turning 19. When I was 19, about to turn 20. Like, yo, I'm about to be 20. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Opportunity presented itself for me to go to Job Corps. So I went. And what most people go there for, I made sure that mine was extra lit. But hold on, I gotta do the eyeliner. I can't talk and do eyeliner at the same time. I'm trying to figure out, I should have waited to put these lashes on, bro. I should have waited. Bro, because I'm not trying to do no extreme, because we're doing family photos, so I feel like the lashes are already enough. So I'm not trying to do nothing too extreme. That's what I should have did just now. I should have put on my eyeliner first and then did this. Because the lashes just make it so hard. Ooh, I hope I did it right. It's hot. It's getting hot because I'm getting nervous. I'm nervous. I don't want to mess up my look. It's taking me a whole 57 minutes to get to this point, and I still have to do my hair. Okay. Ooh! Bro, I do not know how to fix this unless I just take the lashes off. No, they are very much securely on there now. I'm so disappointed in myself. Sorry, y'all. It's going to take me a minute to fix this. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Boom. It's there-ish. Okay. Again, I don't know. I was just super inspired by what Ken had to say about where they came from and just taking a moment to reflect and just being grateful for the journey and the process. And that's just where I am. Like, I don't know what God is going to do next. I don't know what's next in the plan. I know what I want to do. I know where I want to be, and I know how I want to get there. But just because that's what I want to do doesn't mean that that's what God has in his plan for me. I might be looking at the Michael Kors version or something. The whole time God got Louis Vuitton, Gucci, or Valentino in store for me. I might be looking at the goddamn going Walmart version or something, and God got Wegmans, Whole Foods, organic, something like that built for me. So me trying to move out of his alignment and his plan for my life, I'm going over here to something that's way lesser than what he actually had for me. And by the time I stop my pity party and things start going wrong on my journey to the Walmart version of it, I'm going to look back and I'm going to see the version of it. So I would much rather head in a direction that I'm supposed to go in than trying to go over here my way, lean into my own understandings, and then I still got to recoup and regain the ground to get to where God had for me to be in the first place, when I could have just sat still, been a little humble, did what he told me to do, the way he told me to do it, when he told me to do it. Then I might be in a little bit of a different predicament, situation. Unlike these lashes and this eyeliner. And this happens every time. I got one wing going up that way, and I got another one just out here chilling. But you know what? Who's going to know? Because we're taking portraits. So my eyes are going to be open. How would they know? How would they know? Ooh, my eyes about to start watering. I would have messed up the whole look for real. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all just got to go back and watch the Orange Room video. Or, I mean, the vlog, Queen Ken's vlog. But I just was encouraged. I was motivated to keep going. Even though I don't really look at the numbers on my videos and watch the views. I really don't even be looking at my analytics. I just put shit out. If this is what you want to do, if you want to be a content creator, you want to start a YouTube channel, whatever your thing is that you want out of life, go get it. Study it, learn it. Learn all that you can about it and go after it. Don't stop chasing it just because it's not a popular thing anymore. If you stop chasing it because it's not popular, it's not trendy, it wasn't never meant for you to have in the first place, baby. It wasn't meant to be a part of your repertoire. It wasn't meant for you to... It's like this bag, right? Let me see which one is full. This bag is full. No more product can fit in this bag. If I want to use this bag, I got to take some stuff out of it. I got to be willing to let go of it. And if I look in there thoroughly enough, I'm going to find some makeup and stuff that's expired that I shouldn't even be using anyway. And that's going to make it so much easier for me to literally get in my bag. You got to empty out the old from your old bag in order to get into your... I ain't get on here to preach to nobody today. I just got on here to educate, uplift, and motivate. You feel Naimi. Now I'm gonna leave my lips till last because y'all already know I'm gonna take a country walk. But that's pretty much the finished look on the makeup. I'll leave that one in there. Just so that way if I wanna, you know, real quick, hit a little lash, I'm gonna leave that out so it can air dry. And now I just need to put on my setting spray. I'm gonna use the last of this, make it last. Okay, we got that right there. And then we're gonna finish up with this. All right, now it's the way. We're gonna let it dry. But yeah, y'all, that's just what I had got from it, is that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And if you want it, for real, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get it. to get it, maintain it, and elevate it. Because if you're willing to let it go so easy, it wasn't ever meant for you to have in the first place. You know what I'm saying? He said he was working in warehouses, had 2 warehouse jobs at one time. Rats running over his feet while he trying to pick up the boxes. Pick up a box, scan it, move it to another location and scan it. You know what I'm saying? That's warehouse work. When you know that let me tell you something. When you know that you are destined for so much more than your current situation, it feels like your current situation is literally strangling you. It feels like, oh my gosh, what is this? I'm about to give up. I'm about to quit. This cannot be life. I don't want this if it is life. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of having strong people connected to you. Being around the right people, being in the right places at the right time. It's so easy to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's so easy, especially being where I'm from, especially in our city. You could be at the wrong place, the wrong time, any daggone time of the day. It do not matter. The bus could have broke down and now you in a bad part of town. Now the buses ain't coming. Wrong place, wrong time. There's just certain places you shouldn't be after certain times. And you left the house in enough time to not be in that place. But somehow you still got caught up in that place. That's how it is. That's life. Bro, you got to make the best of it. If you just want to sit around, hold on. Crying. Woe is me. I'm so sad. This messed up thing happened to me. Okay. It happened. Grieve. Feel what you need to grieve. How you gonna move forward? I'm not the best with grieving. So for me, I'm used to just putting my feelings to the side and grinding it out. Unfortunately, that is not healthy, bro. You may think it is. It might temporarily. Oh, I'm bad. Am I? No. Oh, yes, I am. Am I? Okay, yeah. Yeah, they on their way back. So, what was I about to say? That's not healthy, bro. That's not healthy. It creates a false sense of happiness, of contentment, of satisfaction. And that's how you end up tying your happiness to materialistic things. There's only one Aubrey Graham. There's only one Drake. And he's happiest when he can get high when he want and he can buy what he want. You're not Drake. You're not Aubrey Graham. You are a person who has not learned how to capitalize off of their creative abilities in such a manner that you only need happiness when you're high or buying something. You got to know who you are outside of things, without materialistic possessions. You got to learn yourself and love yourself in them dry seasons, so that way when the overflow and the abundance begins to manifest itself through materialistic possessions, you are not defined by those materialistic possessions. That's what the Orange Room did for me. Just helped me to remember, okay, what do I want to do with this? I do not know. I was just like, oh, let's just do a ponytail, but it's so bulky in the middle I really do just want to do like the trendy ponytail situation. And my family is like on their way home, so I really need to move expeditiously. No, I don't want to put it up like that. Bro, I gotta learn how to cornrow my hair. Keep talking about I'm waiting for somebody to braid my hair down so I can sew my tracks in. Gotta learn how to braid better. Gotta practice more. Cause this ain't giving that. Now I could do a situation like this. Bring this forward. Actually bring all of this forward. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to get another ponytail holder. I really wish I had a sock. No, because in the bun. Yeah, I'm just about to pin these curls in place. And that's just what it's going to be. I know my mom said you could see like this hump thing in the back. So I probably need to put another ponytail holder on. Yeah. Do y'all, can y'all see it? Do y'all see it? Oh, diddly. I mean, I kind of want to put the Jimmy Mac on it. Let me see. I just don't want it to mess up because I don't have mess up time. And it's a white ponytail holder. So then the girlies be like, just pull the head through. Pull it through. Cover it up a little bit. Okay. And you know what? I'm actually okay with this. I mean, I'm a finesse it. I don't really care about the hump in the back because who's going to see the back in the photos? Let me just pull it down some. Pull that over there. Whoop-de-whoop. And I feel like that's enough. Let me look at the back. Let me look at the back. I don't mind this one random long piece hanging down. But let me just look at the back real quick. Okay. Dear God. And I'm putting my whole wide back and flat ass on YouTube. Oh, you know what? Okay. Yeah, it's puffy. But if I tried to literally, I need to cut this. Literally, if I tried to do anything else to it, baby, hairs in the back on fleek, the fuck? If I try to do anything else to it, it's not gonna work. So, let me just pull that out some more. It's a bun, bitch. Oh, I forgot I was live. It's a bun. It's a bun, and it's cute. I like it. I don't feel like the Sears photos is gonna be able to get the texture of my hair. And if you do, oh well, so what? I'm taking a picture with my grandmother and my mother, bro. And that's it, bro. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna say that, but that's really it for me. Like, that's what that video did for me. It just made me be more appreciative of my journey, how far I've come, all the things that I have learned, all the things that I've got to experience. Like, life is amazing, bro. You be in a season that doesn't seem as profitable or as abundant or something like that. Just know it's temporary, bro. Every moment is temporary. Even the good ones. Those ones are temporary, bro. So just bask in them. Bask in the ambiance of them. Okay. Because I really do have a mole over top of my eyebrow. And then I got the ones under my eyes. I just be trying to accentuate them a little bit more. I love my moles. I feel like they definitely add to the grown womanness, if you will. Okay, all these pimples don't, though. They don't. They detract from the grown womanness. Yeah, I think that's enough. as I get ready to do another one. Yup, that seems like more than enough to me. What y'all think? That's the glare from the mirror. My makeup is not that off. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And the next time I do this style, I will not be putting the tracks in the middle of my head like that. I want you to be able to see the curls. I will not be putting the tracks in the middle of my head like this the next time. Yeah, don't do that shit. It's gonna make it bulky and it's gonna make it super hard to hide, which is why mine looks like this. And I was like, oh, you could probably see the bulge a little bit, but you can't. So I'm grateful, bro. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for my journey. I'm so grateful for even the things that seem like miscalculations and missteps and stuff like that. I'm just grateful for it all because ultimately, that smell old. Ultimately, it set me up for where I am today. I'm blessed and fortunate enough that when my mother said she had cancer, I was able to come home. I just keep digging up that highlighter. I was able to come home and be with her. And that led to my grandmother being able to be here with us. It's scary being months away from being 30 and having no idea what I'm going to do with my life. But because for the past 10 years, this was it. This was it. Nursing. That's what it was going to be. But I no longer feel my purpose being fulfilled with this. Traditional nursing. I no longer feel my life's purpose or mission being fulfilled in a traditional nursing environment or setting. So now I gotta figure out what to do next. And I got some pretty amazing people in my circle who have already started helping me make that pivot and that transition. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but it's what has to get done in order to get to where I want to be. And that's life. That's life. Now, if my father watched my YouTube videos, he would probably say I'm just repeating him, what he just told me. But bro, I already knew that before we got on the phone. And it wasn't that encouraging coming from you. You know? So. But I've been on the receiving end of hearing that what I think I'm doing to encourage someone is not encouraging. So I just know how that feels. So I just didn't say that to him. Get my little curl doo-wop on the side. I want to add just a little bit more edge control, but at the same time, I just want to leave it alone because, child, this has been going on since 8 o'clock this morning. Been getting ready for these pictures since 8 o'clock this morning, bro. And I just want to put the shirt on and go. And take the pictures and come home and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. It's my grandmother's last Sunday here. So just want to chill out, vibe out with the family. Which is usually going to consist of me being on the balcony smoking. But, you know. Excuse me. I digress. I just want it to be a little bit more like spirally, curly, you know, especially if it's going to be that long piece, that outlier piece in the back. I used to have long curlers out the wazoo, yo. Be grateful in all things, bro. It look hard right now, but I promise you, if you stick it out, if you thug it out, you're going to be so grateful that you did not give up, bro. Enjoy the moment that you in, because one day it's not going to be like this. And I say that in a form of encouragement that it'll be elevated, an elevated experience, whatever it is that you're seeking God for or going after in life. Enjoy where you are right now, because it's not always going to be that way. And if you don't believe me, even Beyonce said it. I got real problems just like you. Money does not solve everything. It does make a lot of things a whole lot easier, but it does not protect you from having to deal with the regular, everyday, day-to-day stuff. It don't. So, that's pretty much that on that. Thank y'all for watching. I hope that this encouraged you. If it did, comment something down below. I don't know. Just let me know that it encouraged you. And until next time. Bye, y'all. Oh, follow me on Instagram so y'all can see the family photos and the final look of everything that's going on. We're supposed to be wearing blue. And even though I said this was the last sleigh, I'm still going to keep this until I get another one. Why are you like this? Make sure y'all follow me across the social media platforms. Real Life Plug, RealLifePlug. That's me. Psych. No, but it is. And I'll let y'all later.